here, and today we're going to be taking a look at a video called "Why is Jack Black Losing Followers" by a YouTuber named Sunny V2. And honestly, my opinion on Jack Black is kind of based. I just saw his movie, the Minecraft movie, a while back, and honestly, I don't think it was a movie to take seriously, but it was most definitely like a goofy movie. It wasn't like a taking serious movie. I don't think he's a guy that you're supposed to take seriously, which kind of makes me think, why are people like, not following him anymore, because most of the stuff he does is satirical and, not true. So I mean, and as far as I know, when I grew up, he had a pretty big fan base, like, with the Kung Fu Panda movies and Nacho Libre and stuff like that. He had a pretty big fan base with all of his goofy, almost Adam Sandler like movies. So the fact that he's losing followers right now is kind of crazy. I don't know if it's true, because if he's losing followers, it's something I never knew about.
Jack Black is a national treasure. We must protect him at all costs. Comments such as this were normal just 1 year ago, but after a string of unexpected controversy, he's not only losing thousands of followers, but every Jack Black comment section is flooded with negativity. Compare this to only 11 months ago, when we listed Jack Black among celebrities who have basically zero haters. There was nothing controversial about him. In a Reddit thread asking about the most beloved celebrities, one of the top comments was Jack Black. He's just such a lovable guy, how could you not like him? He never took life too seriously.
Right, that's the part I'm talking about. He never took anything super seriously. It was just like, what's it called? He was always satirical. So I don't get how some people couldn't like him. I always actually liked how he was a little bit goofy, a little bit like relatable, just showing his goofy side almost all the time. It's kind of crazy how people, what's it called, always want to hate on somebody just because they're enjoying themselves, which is kind of crazy.
Always trolling the paparazzi and acting like a fool for the public's entertainment. By starting his own YouTube channel, Jack Black showed that actors are still just normal people.
Hey, what's up? It's me, Jack Black. This is my new YouTube channel, Jablinski.
Giving him a relatable edge that made his fans adore him. So when he'd faced his first controversy roughly 2 years ago, his audience was generally forgiving. Jack Black had shown his support for a charity named Autism Speaks. Articles explained in 2013 he hosted an Autism Speaks benefit, and in 2015 performed at the Lighted Up Blue Autism Speaks fundraiser. In 2018 he'd promote the charity via Twitter, perhaps ignoring it being extremely controversial. Autism Speaks hates autistic people. For over a decade, Autism Speaks tried to find a cure for autism. They treated autism like it was some type of disease that could be cured. People
Now, see, that's not a reason to go bashing him for that. Maybe he didn't know that. Now, I get it. I get it. He should have looked into it before. But hating on him because he was donating to someone that he thought was helping autism, it's kind of crazy that you're bashing him for something like that. The person that bashed him probably doesn't even have the money to donate, which is kind of crazy. Like, come on, you don't even have the money to be donating, but you're bashing on him. It's kind of crazy.
therefore complained on Twitter. Friendly reminder that while Jack Black is currently trending, he has donated to ableist and eugenicist organizations like Autism Speaks and Next for Autism that focus on fixing and curing autism, a neurological condition. He has also attended Autism Speaks galas, yet his audience gave him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe Jack didn't know it was a bad company and was just trying to do something good and got duped. Just playing devil's advocate, what if he's unaware of the problematic issues? Jack Black seems like a decent person. This explains why he'd also give political opinions, but with his comments now reading, "Never get political, it always ends wrong," this had become a primary reason for the fall of his reputation.
Yeah, now people that as a famous person, I'm pretty sure that's one thing you never do. You never show your political views and stuff. Like, let's see, I'm thinking of a celebrity right now, like The Rock. He almost never says his opinion on things like that. Like, he'll never say his opinion if he is on this side or that side. He's always gliding between, like he's a person for the people. Like, he's always trying to be the person that can be there for both sides. And as a famous person, I think that's something you have to do, or you're going to lose your fan base. Because if you do something political, you're automatically going to basically lose half of your fan base. Like, let's say you start talking about Democrat stuff or Republican stuff, you already lost half of your what's it called fan base, because they're not going to agree with you. So I do agree with the fact that what's it called? he maybe should have kept that to himself about his political views, because it never ends well.
Now, Jack Black has always been politically outspoken, but would make his arguments subtle and funny in the classic Jack Black style. For example, in 2017, Tenacious D performed This Government Totally Sucks, in which they joke about Benjamin Franklin getting naked and smoking weed. Similarly, in 2020, Jack Black made his own commercial, stating it's time to be a hero with a mask. Not this kind, but this kind, before jumping headfirst into his pool. Videos like that were pretty smooth and inoffensive.
Man, I remember all those videos during like COVID time when Jack Black was basically like in his YouTube and Twitter prime. He was always posting stuff to keep people like, keep morale up during COVID. Cause I remember when he would do stuff like this and like the Five Nights at Freddy's dance. Those were really popular. And he's a pretty good person for doing it, in my opinion. I'm glad he was doing that type of stuff. It was funny.
However, by 2023, his political opinions were less about the comedy and significantly more direct. For example, he'd give his opinion on the Israel-Palestine war, for which he was heavily criticized, to the extent that people called for a Kung Fu Panda boycott. When he shared an image reading, "Climate change is a human rights crisis," the comments again weren't too positive. "Goodbye, Jack, you lost me there. Nobody needs you to guide them politically. You're a professional court jester. That's why we watch you. OMG, LMFAO, Jack Black, you've gone down the gutter." In the meantime, about half of his Twitter became political retweets, peaking in June 2024 when Jack Black endorsed the president.
A few days ago, my manager called me and said George Clooney and Julia Roberts wanted me to help out the president, and I said, I am in. When and where?
He proudly reposted the video to his Twitter, but with almost as many replies as the post had likes.
Now, yeah, see, this is exactly where he went wrong. He was way too forward about his political opinions. Way too forward. Like, you'll automatically lose people that way. I don't get why he would do this. Like, there was no reason for him to go up here and do this. Now, I do get this is a little bit farther in the past, but as of now, I think he's regained his fan base. But back then, it seems like he just really was struggling to figure out what to do. Maybe he didn't have a PR manager. He needs a PR manager if he doesn't have one. Needs to look into one of those guys.
Safe to say his message didn't land so smoothly. "Love your work, I just wish you didn't endorse anyone. Hollywood needs to stay out of politics. You were a part of a lot of people's childhood laughs. Now you're just a deadbeat sellout. What a shame. You've only alienated your fan base. We're here waiting for you to do better." Although these were the more polite replies as they only got worse. Over 15,000 people supported a response reading, "Add Jack Black to the list of pedo-wood elites. Repost if you..."
Now, when did he do anything that was relating to him being a pedophile? All he did was show his political view on things, maybe donate to something that wasn't exactly the best. But when did he do anything that was pedophile related? He didn't do nothing that had to do with a pedophile. It's just people are trying to push him into stuff that's not what he was doing. It's just crazy, man. I don't get why people act like this all the time. This is not funny. He didn't do anything.
You aren't surprised. Numerous other memes pushed similar allegations, with another person straight up stating, "Here's an awesome tip. Stay away from the pedophile at Jack Black just because he endorsed a president."
So now he's a pedophile because he endorsed endorsed something political? What? That had nothing to do with children or him touching children. That had nothing to do with that.
Presidential candidate. A different fan expressed, "I'm so beyond saddened by this political shilling. The word disappointing isn't strong enough. And I just attended one of your recent Houston shows. Well, never again, Jack." And in a poll asking, "Have you lost all respect for at Jack Black?" 85% responded with yes. The poll was likely somewhat biased, but still for the first time ever, Jack Black was losing followers. However, this likely wasn't a massive concern as he was busy with something else completely. Tenacious D, Jack Black's band, had been traveling the world on their Spicy Meatball tour. They'd been through North America, all across Europe, and had landed in Australia just 24 days after Jack's presidential controversy. They scheduled their second show in Sydney for bandmate Kyle Gass's birthday, celebrating on Instagram before the show started. This continued into the band's performance, which would lead to the following interaction.
Now, see, I didn't know Jack Black had actual concerts like this. I didn't know he was this like into the music industry. I had no idea he was doing this well. But I guess he does full tours around the whole world. That's kind of crazy. I wonder what songs he even performs. Does he perform his own songs or like parodies of other songs? I wonder. I might have to look into that one day.
Don't miss Trump next time.
You can't say stuff like that. You can't. That'll get you canceled, man. You already know your friend Jack Black's in hot water. You can't just go around saying stuff like that. And then people ask why they're getting canceled. This stuff is why.
Mixed feedback immediately rolled in. Some people said that they're a comedy band that make dark jokes. It was a joke, they make jokes. JB and KG, they're good human beings with good intent, whilst others plainly stated, sorry Jack, but I'm out. One senator tweeted, there is no place in Australia for those who wish for the assassination of others, demanding that Tenacious D must be deported immediately. As a result, Kyle Gass apologised, writing, the line I improvised on stage Sunday night in Sydney was highly inappropriate, dangerous, and a terrible mistake. I don't condone violence of any kind, in any form against anyone. What happened was a tragedy, and I'm incredibly sorry for my severe lack of judgment. I profoundly apologise to those I've let down, and truly regret any pain I've caused. Jack Black added, I was blindsided by what was said at the show on Sunday. I would never condone hate speech or encourage political violence in any form, but after rewatching the clip, people didn't buy it. Black was blindsided. He laughs when Kyle says it. He doesn't condone that kind of speech, but you see him laughing when the comment is.
Now, see, he makes the comment and it seems like he's enjoying it in the moment. Maybe he's enjoying it in the moment just to, show that he's like, ha ha ha, don't do that again, please. But I do see what the comments are saying, that it looks like he's enjoying it. Doesn't look like it's something that he's a good person at heart. But maybe he really didn't mean it. Who knows? We got to do some looking into this. We really do.
Made. Jack's apology continued. After much reflection, I no longer feel it is appropriate to continue the Tenacious D tour, and all future creative plans are on hold. I am grateful to the fans for their support and understanding. He'd stated in an interview 3 weeks later, we need to take a break. Everybody needs a break sometime and we'll be back, but it was already too late. Even those people who didn't mind the joke were disappointed by Jack's lack of support for his bandmates. Your friend of over 30 years says one bad throwaway joke that gets an overreaction. Like, have at least a bit of backbone and stick up for your friends. A different person said the weird thing with cancelling the Tenacious D tour over a bad Trump joke tells me, yeah, dude cares more about money above all else now and will throw friends under the bus to maintain cash flow. The public no longer gave him the benefit of the doubt.
Jack Black is the ultimate sellout clown.
Which began to impact his.
They are trying to make Jack Black look terrible. But I think everybody really forgot about it once the Minecraft movie came out. Once the Minecraft movie came out, nobody cared. It was just like, oh, okay, Jack Black did all this, but oh, he's making a funny noise. He's saying chicken jockey. We love it. We don't care anymore. That's just what it was. I feel like that nobody cared after the Minecraft movie came out. It was just like nothing. It was behind us just because he stopped talking about it. Whenever people usually stop talking about it, it's just they usually put it behind them. That's usually it.
future movies. I remember a time when seeing Jack Black in a movie excited me. Now I skip it completely. Borderlands got 10% on Rotten Tomatoes and has been considered one of 2024's worst movies. On the Dear Santa trailer, people criticized Jack Black just jumping on every movie these days, and nothing showed this better than his casting as Steve. There are many reasons why Minecraft's trailer has already gained over 1 million dislikes, the main one being, according to Forbes, the appearance of Jack Black as Steve, where he simply looks.
Now, see, that's the thing. None of this mattered. Look at how many people went to the Minecraft movie. The Minecraft movie is still in theaters today because of how good it was. Still in theaters. And it released in like April, I'm pretty sure. It's still in theaters like a whole month later. And maybe that's still natural time for movie theaters. But I think that means it was pretty good. So, I mean, all this hate, he still made it.
Looks like everyday Jack Black in a blue shirt with his now signature wild hair and grey streaked beard. It's absolutely bizarre.
He's basically just playing Jack Black, but in a blue shirt. It looks like he rolled out of bed and they gave him this blue shirt instead. All right.
Okay, now when I watched the movie, that is exactly what happened. It was not Steve. It was just Jack Black in a blue shirt and jeans. But I digress. Okay, that's just what he does. He's himself. He's himself reading different lines. That's it. And every movie, every single one.
Now you're Steve.
He could have said, "I am Jack Black," and it would have made zero difference. They gave Jack Black a blue shirt and called it a day. People joke that the director should have instead been cast as Steve, leading Jack Black to respond to the hate. I just think the backlash we're getting is ridiculous, especially from grown men who don't get that this movie isn't just for them. It's for a new generation, yet it seems the new generation don't want it either. My son is a Minecraft kid in elementary school. He told me that when they heard it was live action, all of his friends declared it was total trash. This doesn't even appeal to the target audience. As a result, Jack Black's rapidly losing followers on every social media. He pulled a Dwayne Johnson and became a soulless corporate husk of his former self, who plays the same character in each of the far too many terrible movies he's in.
This way about Jack Black, honestly, because I mean they are right. He took a Dwayne the Rock Johnson route, I guess, and became a corporate husk. But I think that he's learning from his mistake, especially after this Minecraft movie. I think people are starting to notice that he's just the same goofy guy he's always been since the very beginning. And I don't know if people are gonna stop hating on him exactly, if they're gonna stop hating on him, but I do think we're gonna lighten up on him. Like, go back to our old ways with him. I don't know if we're gonna have any more movies of him. Like, I don't know what he's gonna be in next. He may be in like another Kung Fu Panda movie. They seem to not want to stop with those, and I really think that's it for his stuff. Maybe the music career he's been trying to achieve, but I think Jack Black is just a misunderstood person. Yeah, that's what I think. I think misunderstood is the way to go, because I get it. People are saying he's not a great person for donating to that autism thing, the Trump jokes, and the bad political stuff. If he can learn to put that behind him, then I think he'll be good. I think he'll be just fine, honestly. If he can put that behind him, he should be good. But that's my opinion on it. What's yours? Make sure you guys like and subscribe, because if you got this far in the video, why haven't you liked and subscribed? I mean, you watched it this far. That means you liked it. Make sure you hit that like button, the subscribe button, and have a little conversation down in the comments. I love to talk to y'all. I heart your comments, respond to them, and that's my opinion on it. What's yours?